Welcome to the Act Out Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Tomlin, coming from the Tidewater in Virginia. Before we begin, I need you to like, subscribe, comment, leave a review, and please share. Sharing is the best way of getting this message across. So please send this to your friends, your family, rabid raccoons, anything that could possibly get this message to spread further. And also, we need you to leave a comment. Any constructive compliments you have, feel free to send them down below. Any complaints that you have, please send to the IMO podcast. And remember, you spell Adam, O-B-A-M-A. So in today's episode, I wanted to give you a little taste of what an Act Out podcast episode would be like. In our introduction trailer, we had talked about subverting the status quo and changing narratives. The first narrative that we would like to change is the idea that male strength can only be shown on the outside, or how well that you can hold emotions in and try to keep a calm, cool, steely demeanor. I'm here to cut that machismo with a razor. I tried to do that my whole life. All that holding motions got me was a super bad back and an even more expensive therapy bill, hence the podcasting. You see, we have these bros running around saying, real men do this, real men don't do that. They sound like they're trying to be bouncers at the world's worst club. I refuse to live my life based on the insecurities and weaknesses of some other man. I'm me. That's enough. Do you want to talk about real strength? Two of my strongest characteristics are that I'm compassionate and that I'm sensitive. The strongest muscle in your body is your heart. If you want to flex something, pump that. I know without a doubt, the strongest I have ever been was when I was vulnerable enough to ask for help whenever I needed it the most. You see, therapy was absolutely essential for me to be able to embrace myself. It also helped me come up with a little theory that I'm going to share with you. And that's this: authenticity is contagious. You see, before I began podcasting, I started to kind of take a mental Rolodex and think about the different friends that I have. You see, they all have different personalities. They have different interests. Heck, they even come from all over the world. But the one thing in common that they all have is that they're genuine people. I have no idea how or why, but whenever I'm around them, I can tell that they are being genuine. And them being themselves gives me permission to be myself. I feel comfortable enough to open up and to really explore things that interest me. So how am I going to make a successful podcast? Really easy. I'm going to be me. Do mean that in the most humble way possible. But you see, I know that if I'm me, then I'm going to give the person sitting next to me permission to be themselves. And if someone feels comfortable enough to be themselves and to talk about things that they're passionate about, magic can happen. And I want to help create that magic. So let's see if I can pull a rabbit out of my ass with this last bit. You see, in college, I used to give, motivational speeches, if you will. If I saw that my friends were down, like, you know what? I think they could use a little pep talk. And as I was looking around, I kind of realized, you know who could really use a pep talk? America. So, America, this one's for you. I hope this gets a little pep in your step. The very first time I heard anything about freedom, I think it was at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. I was up in the nosebleed section, had my Braves hat over my heart, and I proudly sang, "O'er the land of the free and the home of the Braves." 4-year-old me thought it was super cool that every team in every sport had to sing the Braves theme song before they could play any of their games. And around that same time, I started to hear a little something about the American dream. And I'm not just talking dusty roads. You see, I was taught that America was a very special place because in America, we were free. And since we were free, if we just believed hard enough, we could achieve anything we want. We could have the American dream. And that really, really captivated. I don't understand how it couldn't. I love freedom. Actually, feel free to quote me on that. I still do. Huge fan of freedom. So in my mind, there was a formula for success. If I wanted the American dream, I just needed freedom and to be able to believe in myself. I carried that worldview for a very long time. And in fact, I think the first time that worldview had to come face to face with reality was during the recession of 2008, 2009. You see, I had just graduated from college. I was a supplemental insurance salesman. Wildly successful position. I would go into companies and I would say, can I interest you in some insurance? And they were like, hey, bud, you can't supplement nothing. I don't even have real insurance. So no, I don't need your supplemental insurance. Also, you're 22 years old and you live in your basement with your parents. You're not going to be able to tell me what I need. Granted, that last part was more probably projection than anything else, but it did stick, but it definitely stuck with me. And seeing these folks really struggle confused me. You see, I looked around and freedom was everywhere. Everybody was free. And these were my neighbors. I knew their dreams, their passion. I knew they had that inside of them. Yet they had freedom and they had dreams, but there wasn't the American dream. I was so confused how that wasn't attainable. And so I was thinking, hey, you know what? I need to crack the books on this one. Thankfully, since I'm not much of a reader, the very first document I pulled out ended up having the answer. You see, that document stated its dependence. It declared its independence. Yeah, declared its independence. And in that one, it wasn't just talking about life and liberty. No. There was another thing in there. The pursuit of happiness. Old Tommy J really knocked it out of the park with that one. At that point, it hit me like a ton of bricks. For the American dream to be possible, freedom alone isn't enough. You have to be able to pursue your own happiness. So I'm going to pose the question to you. Can you pursue your own happiness? You see, for far too many people, the answer to that question is no. People are working harder than before just to be able to make ends meet. Or they feel like they're on this hamster wheel that's just turning over and over and over, but getting absolutely nowhere. You see, this issue isn't about left or right. This is up or down. And so we have the choice. Do we remain down? Do we sacrifice our dreams, our sacred American dream, on the altar of the almighty billionaire welfare queens? Or do we rise up? Rise up and boldly reclaim our inalienable right to the pursuit of happiness. You see, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to that question. It's been shown in the grit and determination that you use just to make ends meet. It's time to put that towards your happiness. Why shouldn't it? This is America. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave. Folks, that's all the time we have for today. Please tune in next week. We're going to be launching episodes every Thursday. For the Act Out Podcast, I'm Adam Tomlin. Thanks for acting out with me.